I've probably been experiencing a lot of the post-polio or some of the post-polio symptoms for probably 10 years or more, 10 or 12 years. But I treated them with different doctors. During this past year, it seems like I've had a lot of muscle loss and my conditions deteriorated, and I haven't been able to get answers. You know, I'm getting all my treatment kind of piecemeal, and they're doing the best that they can, but there just wasn't a good understanding about polio. The only one that was old enough to have actually worked with polio would say, "Joanne, I don't know anybody that's like you, and I never know what we're going to get into when we start any procedures because nothing about you is normal." Because of the way that I use my neck, and I've used it to compensate for my lack of arm movement. I mean, it's like another bone, another limb for me. My neck, I guess the doctor said, your neck's pretty messed up. I've just worn it out. And so the vertebrae are pressing against the spinal cord, and it's causing more damage. And I had seen a spinal surgeon who specializes in necks in San Antonio, young guy, and said, you know, saw me, looked at the x-ray, slapped him up there. "This is what we're going to do. She'll explain everything to you. We're going to stick a 4-inch plate in the front and in the back, and we're going to fuse your neck." And I'm like, hey, what about, you know, post-polio? What about, you know, are you familiar with the disease? I mean, is this something that's going to help, or is it going to hurt? And he's like, "I don't know anything about that. I'm like a mechanic. The brakes need fixing, I fix them. I'm good at my job, and you know, the other stuff doesn't really matter. You can go see a neurologist." And that's the most frustrating thing for most people. You know, I'm looking for some place that can look at me and treat all of me and is familiar with the disease. I was doing some searching to try to get information, came across your website, and that's where, you know, I've found doctors' opinions. That's where, you know, I found doctors that sounded like they interviewed me, yet they're from Australia, because it's the exact, I mean, it sounds like every one of the symptoms that I have, and, you know, you finally feel like somebody understands.